So, continuing on from the last video about seeing how we think and create the belief that there's something wrong, and then we get the emotional content from that, which is, I listed it all, so I'm not going to list it all again. But this one, I want to talk about more spontaneous things. Like if you just notice something's wrong now and you react, and then you notice that you've reacted and you want to know what to do with it. How do I just calm down? How do I let it go? How do I stop blaming what I'm blaming? Because I can see it. There's eggshells in my quiche. So there's the evidence. The thing is, which is so cool, is to realize there's a bigger dance playing out. The bigger dance of perfection, of who you are being, and your relationship to everything. And in my last video, we listed all the all the contrasting emotions and the story behind it. And the fuel for it is the belief that there's something wrong. And here, instead of it being a constant feeling that something's off or wrong, it's those moments when we kind of explode, or those moments when we just go rah, and then later we go, oh, I probably should have been nicer. And then there's this contrast, or this thinking of maybe it's okay for me to be me and me to express. Well, fair enough, whatever. But if my goal is to live in peace, if my goal is to be conscious, if my goal is to love, then when I see those explosive emotions, I can make it about me. Because the truth is, it is. And why it explodes is because maybe there's something else really going on, and that's just the trigger. Now, if I realize there's something else going on, like maybe I'm just angry at the world, and then the trigger is there was eggshells in my quiche, and so really what I'm feeling is all of you are wrong. The whole world's against me. Here I am, a victim again. So that's just the trigger. When we see that it's actually not the problem, that the problem is here, my reaction, my automatic reaction and patterning, then I have the ability to change that. It's very humbling to make it about me and to realize that I'm not perfect in the most divine sense, and I am learning like a child to become more conscious, so that then I can forgive myself for having these reactions, but I can grow and learn from it to kind of catch myself from doing it again. And what that means is when that energy moves is to be conscious and to stop. Or after the explosion happened, is to realize and own it. It's like, okay, I'm sorry. Or, okay, I can change that. I just saw what happened. Becoming conscious means you start to see yourself. You start to see who you're being, and to become more present and to live in this presence, which means when you're living in this presence, you're actually in connection with your world, not disconnect. You're not fighting your world, that's disconnect. But to be connected means that you're in harmony. So then if, say, the eggshells are in your quiche, you can perhaps handle it differently, which means you go, excuse me, you know, like, I understand, but hang on, let's change this, because, you know, this isn't what I ordered. You know, so there's a humane, connected way of dealing with situations, rather than just exploding and burning bridges and, you know, screaming and yelling at people, which does not serve anything. So we can learn, and we can talk better, we can react differently, and we can actually live in harmony while we are seeing these things which can be improved upon.